Brian,
But yeah,
$5. A couple months ago, KB was swimming in super chat money. KB has fallen and can't get up. FKB.
Oh, is it downhill?
I have no
See,
idea.
I don't even know that if that's true.
Because they always take the shows down as soon as he's not live, so I never see it.
All right. Well, let's get to Dat Phan here, for goodness sake.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a time you have to be out of here? I don't mind going along today, but I know...
one-ish.
I know the park is always popping around this time.
Yeah. I would say by 1, probably.
All right. That's too bad, folks. We might not get to all our stuff today.
That's 40 minutes. Be good.
We'll see how long this Dat Phan stuff takes.
That's true. That's true. The first clip is 3 minutes long.
Yeah. So the first clip is 3 minutes long. Because I wanted to show you. This is a podcast from 6 years ago.
It goes.
I've been really scrubbing the depths to find Dat Phan content because he does so little. It's disappointing. And I want him to do a podcast. I would really love if he did a weekly podcast. I think it'd be very good
for us.
I hope he does one.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give examples. He was on some podcast, this show from the Midwest. The people sound like they're straight out of Fargo, the movie, their television show. Like they have those Minnesota accents. It's a couple from Minnesota. They haven't done their show in 4 years, and their last guest was Chad Zumock, which is fun. But they had Dat Phan on about 6 years ago. This is before he was married and everything, and it's a different stage of his life. But we'll get to see just how much he deserves a podcast. Like, he is a natural broadcaster. And I think you see that straight out of the gate here with this very long clip.
Hey, let me ask you this. Is it snowing out there? Or what's the weather out there?
Okay, I just want to say, this is... like, they introduce him and everything. And then he asks this question. Is it snowing out there? I mean, beautiful podcasting. Because as you guys know, like, you don't have to know where I am right now. I happen to be in Boston. But the reason I'm not talking about the weather is because ideally, some people find this that aren't where I am. So me talking about the fact that it's a sunny day out right now doesn't do you at home a lot of good. Also, a lot of people might listen tomorrow, where today's weather doesn't fucking matter. So this is what Dat Phan thought would be a good idea. Like, let's get the conversation going. Let me interject here with a hot question.
Hey, let me ask you this. Is it snowing out there? Or what's the weather out there?
It snowed, a week ago? Something like that. But it's finally starting to melt, and it's actually getting into the 50s now.
Wow.
40 and 50,
depending. You're kidding me. Get the fuck out of here. It was cold, and then it's gotten warmer? Holy shit. I hope you go on for another 2.5 minutes about it.
I wonder if the snow possibly melted.
On the day.
Which is warm for us.
Yeah, it won't be spring though, like officially till warm enough probably till April.
Yeah. When it hits 50, then that's usually when people start wearing shorts and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Here.
See, when it hits 50 here, we start turning the heaters on.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in California.
Also, you guys are weird when it rains too, I feel like.
Here's something really true, to be honest with you. In my house, the washer and dryer broke, so I have like laundry building up, right? And
thank God. You know what? I was kind of being sarcastic. I was worried he was going to talk about weather. Thank God he's talking about his home chores.
Oh, wait. In California, if it gets down to 50, the heater's going to be on long before that.
Suicide goes up 90%, I believe,
yeah.
if it hits 50 degrees in California.
Long story, but the short version of it is I was setting up, so I was going to go do laundry. I like to do my own laundry. I don't know if it's like being Asian or what, but like I like doing my own laundry. So
this is
there's
the
like
short version, by the way.
I found in studio.
He's managed to jam an Asian joke into the short version of this story.
I like to do laundry because I'm Asian.
You guys, hold on. You guys know that stereotype, right? I just want to make sure that the joke is hitting properly. You know that I'm setting back Asians 60 years? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
For breakfast, I was having bagels from Guess Who.
And then it started raining outside. Like I was laying down. I was like,
"Get the fuck out of here, Dad! You were doing laundry on a day it was raining? Holy shit!"
Wow. Dang lizard, €2. I actually have KB yelling at me compilation. I only interrupted because it was KB related.
Oh, good. We'll send that along. We'll
watch that.
We'll play that at some point.
So I noticed that it's raining, so it stopped me from going to the laundry mat. As the rain is like made out of acid and it's gonna tear my skin off. So like I still have laundry in my house. I still have both washer and dryers. This
Why
is
are
really
they
great.
laughing?
And due to rain and it
Just
being
because they're like, whatever, just get this over with, you know?
Please stop.
Just it's just banal talk. They're laughing, so they're not crying, is essentially the answer.
Makes sense.
60-something degrees outside.
Oh my gosh. Was it like just misting out or was it real,
Oh my
real
gosh.
legit? You couldn't
You
see.
can hear the raindrops.
What? Who cares?
Who fucking cares?
What level of rain was it? Dat started this, by the way. Like, they're starting the podcast, and he's like, hey, guys, what's the weather out there? Because I've got a great rain story.
You guys ever hear a weather Asian joke? Because I got one right on this fucking heater for you.
It actually was, the story was, like, I went to go outside, and it was raining, so I didn't. That was the story that he told on a podcast.
The story is when you get rained on, it kind of stinks.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
So I kind of try not to, let it happen.
Right.
It wasn't like thunderstorm, but you can hear
Oh,
raindrops in the window.
Okay.
You LA folk have no idea what it's like to live with adversity when it comes to the elements.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine them all driving in the snow?
Oh my God, there's so many people would die if it snowed in California suddenly.
Yeah.
If there was a blizzard that dropped, millions of people dead.
Dad's loved it.
What'd you
Dad's loved it.
say? He's loving. I think he's
That's
trying to-
true.
He's like, let me tie being Asian into driving. Like, I'm gonna really floor them.
Did you see when we got so much rain for like 4 days and then places
Oh my God! Shut up about the rain.
Also, what is it? Do you know anything about the weather anywhere other than where you're at or possibly traveling to?
Why would I care about it?
That's what I'm saying. He's like, did you see the weather out here? Was the blah blah blah? And they're like, no.
I don't know what the weather forecast for unless I'm watching a football game later and there's different weather than there is here. I'm not gonna notice what the weather is in fucking Cleveland.
we lost a fire truck and 2 cars and like
Yeah, the sinkhole stuff was happening, right? The roads were like collapsing. And,
well,
like,
because we're not used to that
Right.
much rain.
I can't. Yeah, the structure's not there. I
Yeah,
guess.
you're used
Who
to
is this for?
I have no idea.
Ah, shit. I can't make it to the Weather Channel today, but I hope Dat asks a few questions.
Me here in Boston, I'm really curious what the weather is like in San Francisco. Just curious.
forecast, a daily weather forecast including fire.
And air quality levels.
Oh, today's
I mean,
forecast is fire.
If you don't need to go outside,
At least, I gotta say, it's not funny or interesting, but at least the guy's trying to make something out of this.
Anything at all.
Like, he's trying to make some jokes, whereas Dad is literally like, does it ever rain where you guys are? Do you get snow? Do you have weather in Minnesota? I guess is what I'm asking.
Remember, the clips we play are usually roughly about a minute long
Yes.
on average. Remember how long we said this was just about the weather?
I would much rather watch Kevin look at his computer
Oh my god,
than
yeah,
Dad ask about the weather.
for sure. Kevin can be funny.
probably going to be poisoned to death by the air.
Oh,
We have fire season and smog. And honestly, I had a buddy come visit me and we went in Burbank and we looked at the hills and he pointed it out to me and it was brown.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. Well, I remember when I lived in California, there on the beach, there's always that marine layer of kind of smog before you can actually see.
Holy shit, there's smog in California. Get out of town.
I had no idea.
Oh, well, at least the weather in San Diego is nice. I don't know if you've ever heard that before.
It is?
It is. I think we get there, actually.
And it usually wouldn't burn off till like 1 or 2, like in Venice or Santa Monica. You're like, what the heck? Where's the sun, dude? And it'd just be like gray. And then it was that marine layer, and then it would burn off, and then the sun would finally peek through. But yeah.
Yeah, parts of San Diego's like that. If you're by the beach, you'll get that overcast and you get like slightly depressed for like an hour. And then the sun comes out and then everything.
I don't know how there's anything left to start on fire in California when there's like hundreds of thousands of acres that burn up every single year.
Stop, what do you do? I know you think he's a famous celebrity. He was on Last Comic Standing 20 years ago.
Yep.
You don't have to entertain this conversation. Say, hey, Dad, I know you want to know about the weather. We're actually going to get into our topics today. If you wouldn't mind.
Are we fucking rolling? God damn it. We
We
are
have
rolling.
things we want to ask you.
Anything left to start on fire?
There's
Seriously,
it is pretty brown here, and we do have like fires at certain times of the year. I guess that's not normal for you guys, right?
No.
we don't have too many fires. Everything's covered.
No, in Minnesota in December, it's not normal. That you're right. That's an interesting observation.
No, it's not normal. No. That was actually the end of it.
Holy shit!
That's fine. We're gonna get back to the hits now.
Oh, good. What are we talking about now?
Just how busy Dad is.
Oh, he's always very busy. How many clips in total are there? Just so I have an idea of what we're doing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
We
holy shit.
have 11 more.
11 more?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not doing all of them, but
So, Dat Phan, what's been going on with you recently?
Some of them are only like 15 seconds long though, so it might not
okay.
be as long as you think.
What have you been doing, man? What's been keeping you busy?
nothing. If this one should have been 4 seconds long. Nothing is the answer. He's not doing anything.
What can I make up on the spot here?
Oh, well, believe me, he has a list.
Does
Keep myself busy. I'm always marketing.
Yeah, you're a super busy dude. You're always doing something.
Yeah, I was like I mentioned, you're super.
That's a
hard
good first answer for a comedian to have. Marketing.
yeah, you're super funny and
Yeah, I'm not on stage, but I am telling people how funny I am.
Definitely invest your time.
You've been doing a lot of acting lately.
Yeah, I mean, to me, going back to the first thing, besides the acting, I think boring people say that they get bored. That's my opinion. They go, "Oh man, I'm bored." You could always, dude. You have this one life to do something, and you always could find something to do. And I'm always either marketing, I'm learning Photoshop, I'm learning video editing, I'm out writing jokes or writing with my co-writers, or out performing, or auditioning, or
I guess an easier question to answer would be like, what am I not doing? You know,
anything.
I'm kind of doing it all.
Anything to not have to go to a regular 9-to-5 job again. I'm trying.
What a pretentious asshole this guy is.
I know.
And I got to promote what's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned your Scorpion, Bones, Startup, The Last Ship, all those TV shows I booked in.
You shouldn't be promoting these things. You're not the star of any of them.
All those TV shows I booked in a year. You're not. You're like a fucking. You're dude on the beach.
You're an extra or a fucking. You have one line. Like you are not the star of these shows. You shouldn't be out promoting them.
King Kong by the 13th month, and I'm either busy or I'm keeping myself busy. There's no other way to success than to try to work towards
That's
it.
the most honest thing he said, where he's like, I'm either busy or I'm making shit up that I have to do.
Did you hear me? He goes, "There's no other way to success."
Oh, go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go back. I want to hear that.
Oh, shit.
Because I mean, listen, I've seen him in action. Guys, if you want to perform in Havre de Grace, Maryland, in front of 35 people,
I mean,
just listen to this man.
He's pretty good.
Who, by the way, none of them were there for Dat. Everyone was there for someone else. But
Yeah. World's busiest man. Here we go.
All those TV shows I booked in a year, and then I booked King Kong by the 13th month, and I'm either busy or I'm keeping myself busy. There's no other way to success than to try to work towards it.
wow, really is. How'd you? By the way, he keeps promoting King Kong. He's like a side character in the movie. He's not fucking the guy fighting King Kong.
Doesn't he have like a line in that movie, or even
all of these projects? Like he's got like a couple lines here and there. Like I think he's in a few episodes of that show Startup that I watched and didn't realize he was in. So that's how impactful he was.
I was in King Kong. Oh, what'd you do? I was little Asian scared guy number 212.
Yeah.
Like running away. Next one's called Swing and a Miss.
Oh, I think Dad goes for a big joke here. And even his compadres on the podcast don't give much to him.
I didn't realize.
Oh, so many states are different. Like Arizona doesn't have daylight savings. And I'm pretty sure there you don't, like your license like almost never expires. It's weird.
Yeah. There was a guy who I think Kentucky he was from, showed me his license.
Spoke over him too, which is funny.
And he showed me his license and it didn't have an expiration date. I'm like, well, what happens when you age? Like when you're
75?
You're 75 years old. Right now you're 20. And, you're not pretty sure you're not going to maintain those looks, dude, for the next 7 years.
And you look close and you find out that he's a time traveler.
Ooh,
right?
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
They don't even acknowledge it as a joke. They're like, nice. Yeah,
What do you
maybe
mean,
he
time
is.
traveler? Uh-huh.
Well, how does that make any sense? Why wouldn't the time traveler have an expiration on his ID? Wouldn't it be like 40 years ago? I don't get the joke even.
This next one is a longer clip, but it's
Let's skip it. I don't know if I'm feeling Dat Phan today. Maybe we could save these for another day.
oh man. Hold on. All right, so we did spend time on. All right, well let me play this one then.
Oh, okay. All right.
This
All right,
one
if you're
has,
motivated for it, let's do it.
this one's a little further on, but we already played the first one, so we have to play this one. This one's called An Hour In. Do you remember?
That's right. Yes, I
Yes.
sure do. Guys, you know, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mike, does he get back to the weather in California?
I guess
You bet your bippy he does. 1 hour into the podcast.
Did he not spend enough time on cumulonimbus class?
I guess Southern California, we just become total wusses here because our weather is like it's nowhere near that.
Yeah, you guys, that's where it's at.
Yeah, your weather, man.
You don't say. Is San Diego nice? Is it in the 70s usually? Holy shit.
Near that.
Yeah, you guys, that's where it's at. The best weather in this country has got to be like, San Diego.
Wow. What an observation.
Even this guy's like, please, for the love of God, yes, whatever you say is correct. Shut up.
You know what I found in the Northeast? Particularly in Massachusetts?
Mhm.
If you don't like the weather right now, just give it 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it could snow like 4 feet tomorrow, and then the next day it could be like 80.
It's fucking nuts what happens here with the weather.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's fucking insane. Dad, if you think San Diego's wild, come to Boston for a month. It'll blow your tits off. Holy shit. The weather. He keeps asking about the weather.
Only what, like 70s?
Yeah, I mean, we start complaining when it goes below 60, and
I
You said that one.
No, you said 50 a few minutes ago.
Well, an hour ago, remember.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He's like, this is a live radio show, right? They might have missed it.
This
and
podcast is radio, whatever it is I think it's a podcast,
Yeah.
is 3 hours long.
I know.
They
Insane.
did 3 hours with that and bring up the weather on multiple occasions.
Yeah. As a New Englander, I can't stand when people say that shit. LOL. Yeah, that was the joke.
Yeah, I was kidding around.
We weren't being serious.
complaining when it goes below 60, and then if it goes like above 90, we start complaining a little bit. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty.
We're all on the
standard.
same page.
The climate's pretty regulated, and I mean it's nice.
We're
Jesus Christ. Can I say one more thing about the weather? The beaches in San Diego, they're great. You should try the beaches here.
So we have do you want me to read the titles, and if any of these catch your eye, you want to hit them?
Yeah, that's a better way to do it.
Kong.
Now we've heard about Kong. We can skip that, I'm sure. Tells us
inter-
how influential he was in the film.
Interesting reveal. I do kind of want to play this because there's something he says that I hope
It's very
you're-
quick. We could play it.
Yeah.
So this is 2017, remember? That's the only reason I find this interesting, because he was on Last Comic Standing in 2003.
Yeah, I wonder if you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking here.
It gets expensive, and then since minimum wage came up, like, dude, the cost of meals is almost doubling now.
Yeah,
So,
what is minimum wage out there now for servers?
I don't know. I haven't worked a normal job for like a decade, so I
Oh,
don't
okay.
watch friends.
So was he waiting tables in 2007?
Okay, so I thought you were talking about the fact that he's going to pretend like he's not. He's like, I don't know what minimum wage is. I was more concerned that recently he had a regular job.
Yeah, no, like within 10 years he was waiting tables. It seems like way after Last Comic Standing.
Right.
So it's funny how he's like bragging, where he's like, guys, I wouldn't even know. I don't relate to the common man anymore because I was only working a regular job 5 years after the biggest success of my life. Like the thing I have people still to this day bring me on stage for. I was working a minimum wage job 4 or 5 years after that.
The reason I think I'm better than everyone is because I got this TV show that I won, and
it didn't allow me to quit my job.
I worked at the Olive Garden after that.
Yeah, that's the thing about Dat Phan. Like, listen, more power to you. If you want to do comedy or whatever, and you're not necessarily successful at it, but it's your passion, great. Fucking go for it. You want to teach comedy, terrific. But Dat tries to sell people on how successful he is and has the fucking gall to try and kick people out who were there solely to laugh. That's why I think this guy's a piece of shit. Like, I don't look down on anyone that's trying comedy and working a real job, but Dat talks with this pompous fucking attitude like he's Louis C.K. at the pinnacle of his career when he was working, it sounds like, a minimum wage job 5 years after his big break.
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah.
People forget too. He was on tour for almost 60 days. So,
well, that must have exhausted him. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was on tour for a long time, and now he's come back and is making French bread pizzas and making videos about them on TikTok.
All right, so there's 4 left. If a name catches your eye, let's hit it. Hot bitches.
Oh, you are shame on me. Yeah, I forgot about some of these.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about the ass that Dad has been crushing.
Non-stop.
This is before he was married. Don't forget.
Mhm.
So back then he was chasing trim and banging beaver, baby. Poon was hurling itself at Dat, and he makes no bones about it.
So I date women from all around the country, and
Already, what an asshole thing to say.
I date women from all around the country.
Yeah, if you guys were worried that I was that there was a shortage of pussy around the nation, don't sweat it. I date women all over the place.
Everywhere. Covering this whole nation in semen.
once.
And they did. By the way, right before this, I cut it out because we're not here to make fun of the hosts. But they tried this horrible bit where they were like, "I got hoes in different area codes," but they were rapping it.
Yeah.
I should have left it in probably now that I'm explaining it, but it's as bad as you think. But like that doesn't stop Dat. After that, he's like, hey, I've got a serious point to make. I date beautiful women in every state. And I seriously want to get this out.
One's from the South, one from wherever. But I dated.
Yeah, we know what the country is.
The most awesome women.
One's from the South, one's from the North, the East.
You know what's funny though? Is
even the West, actually, now that I think about it.
He got stumped after the South. He's like, I got women in the South or whatever.
Yeah, South and well, I guess now that I think about it, that's probably it. But
I dated the most beautiful, the most awesome women that are down to earth and grounded are in the places with the worst weird weather.
Oh my god!
I forgot he brings the weather back.
So did I.
Oh, I forgot these clips. I'm sorry, everyone, that I wanted to skip through these. Shame on me. The man is obsessed with weather.
I forgot he brought this part of it to weather.
I gotta tell you, I am knee deep in gash all around the country. The problem is weather. This nasty weather we're plagued with. And here's the problem. In Florida, it's too hot. In Maine, it's too cold. I can't. Where is it just right? San Diego.
San Diego.
So like that's the sacrifice you make. It's like here's the hottest chick. She's so nice. Like I want to marry this woman, but she lives in this. Oh God, the storm system.
She's
like you would have
the storm systems.
Her family and sacrifice that for. Do I sound like a dick right now? Or
yeah, you're
yes. Yeah. The guy goes, yeah.
Oh, but you're so famous, Dad. They're gonna move to you. Remember, fuckface.
Yeah, well, he's also. I mean, I like that he's switching between Tinder and the Doppler radar. Oh, I just can't. I mean, this woman is an 11. She's the hottest piece of ass, and obviously she wants me, of course.
Right.
Oh, but the weather in Missouri, it's just not for me.
It's wacko there.
What an asshole! I forgot about that.
For Dat's fans.
What was the other one? There was another one related to women, I think.
Bizarre Theory or Beards?
Bizarre Theory. Let's go with Bizarre Theory.
As a matter of fact, the way Frenzy looks, there's like a.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Listen to this. So he's trying to say. So they're in Minnesota, obviously.
Mm.
listen to this theory. Also, he's wrong about it, but we'll get to that at the end. But listen to what Dad is trying to say. He's so hung up on generalizing people, like that's his whole act is stereotyping Asians.
Yeah.
It's crossed over into just general geography, I guess.
As a matter of fact, the way Frenzy looks, there's like a upper Midwest area where the faces look similar. No,
all us
telling you.
Minnesotans look the same, huh? I see.
Okay, here's the deal. Scarlett Johansson, who's beautiful, she's from the upper Midwest somewhere. You would agree?
Hold on. You would agree, like he's a lawyer.
He goes,
So we agree that Scarlett Johansson is from the upper Midwest.
did you hear the guy? He goes, I don't know.
You would agree is such an odd this guy seems like he would be the worst to argue with in a relationship.
Oh my God.
So you would say that I put the dishes in the dishwasher. You would agree, right? Girls are like, yes. I shouldn't have moved from fucking Tampa for this.
Where it was sunny and just nice and not here.
Who's beautiful. She's from the upper Midwest somewhere. You would agree?
I don't know.
You can look it up.
I don't fucking know.
You can look it up, he says. Fucking Dad.
You look it up. Do my work for me. Which there's a great payoff there, by the way.
I don't know.
You can look it
I
up.
don't know where she's from.
I think she's from either Minnesota or Michigan or somewhere up in that area.
Okay.
And she has a similar face structure, similar nose, and I think it might go back to either the Germans or the Vikings way back when they established that area.
Okay, so you're saying more of
The Vikings established the middle of the country? How'd they get their
Well,
shit
there's a Scandinavian, like that's where the Minnesota Vikings come from. That's where the name comes from. There's a Scandinavian, but he's saying physically living, it's not that you're, German or Swedish or Norwegian or whatever. He's saying that if you were born in Michigan, you look like the other lady that was born in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Is there more to that clip?
Yeah. I like how he's complaining about Scarlett Johansson.
And saying that this woman looks like her, and it's because they're both from Minnesota, supposedly.
I gotta be honest. If everyone from Minnesota looked like Scarlett Johansson, it would be a lot more populated.
Craig. But the weather.
Oh, right.
Don't you understand?
Right, the snow.
It's probably snowing there right now.
The snow.
The weather is terrible.
and her German type look to the face.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, seriously.
That's weird because my mom actually was born in Germany and moved here when she was 18. So I'm totally.
And I look like a lot like her actually. So you might be onto something.
I'd be like, so Dad, how does that explain you and everyone else?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but yeah, you have like I would if she didn't even talk and somebody told me that she's from America, what part, I would say she's probably from the upper Midwest, just by the way her face is structured.
It says Scarlett Johansson's from Manhattan.
All right, fuck that. I guess I was misinformed.
What a cunt. So you would agree Scarlett Johansson is from the middle. Look it up. Actually, she was born in Manhattan. I suppose I was misinformed. I got some bad intel. I got some bad intel.
I guess that whole thing was for nothing.
What an asshole.
Says she's from Manhattan. That's fucking hilarious. You can tell this guy's sick of his shit.
Yeah, you made me look this up, and you were wrong. She's a fucking New Yorker.
Well, even before that, he's like, I don't fucking know.
But also, like, the observation is not interesting. What he's saying is, like, people of German descent might sometimes have similar face structure or something.
Right.
I guess. Yeah, Italians are also tan with darker complexion.
Right.
Sure. I guess you're on to something, Dad. Fucking asshole.
The last one is beards. Any, or we can go to hack ride. Either one.
I think that's a good place to stop. His Scarlett Johansson theory.
That was a very good reveal.
Yeah, he just looks like such a. He really is an asshole in every sense. Boy, do I hate Dat Phan. Fuck him.
Fucking hate him, and I wasn't even there. I wish I was. Justin's
Yeah, so
like, Craig would have said something. I probably would have.
I hope he does. I hope he does a podcast someday because that's really the next step. He's on TikTok. He's trying to be one of the kids. He's got to do a podcast.
Right. He's gonna eventually. He will eventually.